having a glimpses of publication ethics, as we have discussed the whole paper within 13 or 14 lectures which were given by me. They have been started from the last week of the November 2020. Today is the time that we have to elaborate and revise all those issues which are covered and uncovered both. If I wish to share my screen with you, then please tell me, is it visible or not, so that I can discuss the whole issue with you one by one. If I am opening it and then present now.
Good morning, sir.
जी good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
जी good morning.
It's
The screen is
visible, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Only 13 students have submitted their assignments as write-up, as we have discussed on yesterday. It was the beginning of the writing skills. Who have not shared yet, they are again requested to, they have to share it by preparing it. Because of it is very much important issue that we have to share, which is being discussed, which is being given to everyone. Not going for the issues for the publication ethics, you all have the syllabi. The first point was given and discussed with you in a brief. Niti, Niyat and Niyati. It is simply a code of conduct, nature of moral judgment, by which we have to see what action is to be taken by us for the purpose of the publication. Any one of you can ask the question. Otherwise, I will discuss all points with you by giving a brief of these topics. Another, there are so many points, so many motives, factors which are responsible for publication ethics. If we publish ethically, then nobody can go for question mark. इसलिए हम सभी के लिए जरूरी हो जाता है कि हम कोई भी डॉक्यूमेंट या आर्टिकल या रिपोर्ट या बुक या मैगजीन जब भी हम उसको प्रकाशित करना चाहें तो उसके ऊपर कोई भी प्रश्न चिन्ह ना लगे। उससे अच्छा यही है कि हम उसका शोध शुद्धिकरण कर लें। यदि वो नहीं हो पाता है तो आने वाले दिनों में कोई भी समस्या उत्पन्न हो सकती है। जब ये समस्या होगी तो उसके बाद इसका समाधान होना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है और एक दूसरे को अच्छा महसूस नहीं होता है। ये इस स्लाइड का पर्टिकुलर पर्पस दिया गया। एथिक्स हमें हर जगह पर चाहिए, चाहे वो साइंस है, चाहे इंटेलेक्चुअल ऑनेस्टी है, साइंटिफिक मिसकंडक्ट में 3 वर्ड आपको बताए गए थे, फॉल्सिफिकेशन, फैब्रिकेशन एंड प्लेजियरिज्म। दीक्षा बेनीवाल, अनम्यूट योर माइक।
जी सर।
ओके, डिफाइन फॉल्सिफिकेशन।
सर, फॉल्सिफिकेशन बेसिकली मीन्स कि कोई गलत डेटा हम यूज कर रहे हैं जब हम कोई गलत चीज लिख रहे हैं जो सही में सही नहीं होती, फॉल्सिफिकेशन।
एग्जाम्पल दीजिए बच्चे, एनी एग्जाम्पल यू कैन गिव, एनी वन ऑफ यू।
सर, आई एम पल्लवी।
चेंज करना या कुछ ओमिट कर देना रिजल्ट्स को, ताकि वो किसी पर्टिकुलर क्लेम को या हाइपोथेसिस को सपोर्ट करे।
ओके,
या हम इसमें कुछ मैनिपुलेशन ऑफ इमेजेस भी कर देंगे तो भी वो फॉल्सिफिकेशन के अंदर आ जाएगा।
जी।
Yes, me.
एनी वन,
Yes, sir.
बताइए।
Sir, qualification mainly is the changing or omission of research results to support our claims. Like it can include the manipulation of research instrumentation, materials, or processes. We can take the example like we have taken the objective for our research.
जी।
Like we want to study the some impacts. To justify that impact, we show the results. That results are manipulated. We can say that results are falsification. That is falsification study.
Okay.
Yes.
Another one, fourth one. I need all the students will participate in this discussion because of if there is no clarity of thoughts, no clarity of concept, then you are not able to write and discuss these issues in the coming days. Harish Kumar. Harish.
जी सर।
Yes, please tell me. What is the meaning of the falsification?
सर फॉल्सिफिकेशन जो रिसर्च मटेरियल है उसको सर अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव हाइपोथेसिस के अकॉर्डिंग सर मैनिपुलेट करना, उसमें इस तरह से चेंज करना कि सर वो जो हाइपोथेसिस है उसको सपोर्ट करे।
पहले वाले ने कुछ और बताया, आपने कुछ और बताया, क्या ये दोनों का मैच करता है?
हाँ सर, इसमें सर फॉल्सिफिकेशन में सर मैनिपुलेट करना ही है सर बेसिकली, कि जो रिसर्च अपने डाटा है, इक्विपमेंट है, उसको इस तरीके से सर मैनिपुलेट करना या इस तरीके से प्रेजेंट करना सर कि उसमें ना वो अपने हाइपोथेसिस है उसको सपोर्ट करे सर।
ओके।
एक इसमें सर फॉल्स प्रेजेंटेशन कर रहे हैं सर हम।
ओके। मिस्टर हरीश थे आप?
जी सर।
नाउ कम टू द पॉइंट, फैब्रिकेशन। दीपिका मलिक।
Sir, fabrication means manufacturing the data. Means people sometimes make up the data which can suit their research, while they don't do the real research. So this is called fabrication. Like every intellectual person generally who are scholars, they generally have an idea that if I'll do this study, I'll get such data. If I'm estimating protein in pulses, of course I do know what kind of data in what range I'll get. If I don't do the experiments and just make up the data, okay, this pulses have this much protein, this much carbohydrate, and present it, that is fabrication. And of course that will lead to something, it's against the ethics, because there are chances that whatever breed, whatever specific species I have, there are chances that there, if I do actual research, I may get different data which is actually very different from the past records.
Okay.
So it's against ethics to make the data.
Name of your department is?
So biotechnology.
Biotech. Diksha, which department?
Sir, economics department, sir.
Economics. Pallavi, English?
Yes, sir, English department.
Kamal, commerce. हरीश कॉमर्स.
जी सर.
Okay. One by one, I am going to discuss this aspect so that the people or the other students who have not attended all these classes in a regular manner, they can understand what is this concept. The third word is also here, plagiarism. Aarti.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Morning.
Sir,
Department. Department, please.
Administration, sir.
Education.
हाँ, नहीं
Okay.
सर, बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट.
Business administration. Okay. Please tell me what is the meaning of the plagiarism.
Sir, it is an act of appropriating someone ideas, thought, or his means stolen copy your give the or
What I perceive, your network is not properly working, but I got your point that any kind of the interpretation or the manipulation of others' data or the idea is known as plagiarism. Right.
हाँ.
Now, another Amarjot.
Yes, sir.
Amarjot, unmute your. Yes, please define it. The word is plagiarism.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Yes.
Morning. Department.
Yes. Sir, Department of
Name of your
Mathematics.
mathematics. Okay. Please tell me.
Sir, Amarjot, Department of Mathematics.
Mm-hmm. Define
Sir,
plagiarism.
plagiarism is copying someone else's information. Yes, sir. Copying someone else's information or ideas as own achievement without giving them proper credit.
Okay. Anchal Bansal.
Yes, sir.
Name of the department?
Sir, basically, sir, Department of Commerce.
Commerce. Okay. Please
Yes, sir.
define
Basically,
it.
plagiarism means employment of another person's ideas, results, words, or entire work or a part of work without giving them appropriate credit. It is a kind of cheating their work without their permission and without giving them appropriate credit.
Okay. The misconduct, what is that? Where we are not following our ethics. जहां हम अपने एथिक्स के साथ समझौता करते हैं उसके बाद कोई भी यदि हम काम करें वो कहलाता है आपका अनएथिकल. उसको बोलते हैं मिसकंडक्ट. रिसर्च मिसकंडक्ट हो सकता है, पब्लिकेशन मिसकंडक्ट हो सकता है. इसमें साइंटिफिक मिसकंडक्ट में आपके 3 पॉइंट्स दिए हैं: फॉल्सिफिकेशन, फैब्रिकेशन, प्लेजियरिज्म. Falsification means to say give the false information. It automatically speaks itself. The word is saying itself. जो शब्द है वो अपने आप ही बता रहा है कि if I produce the false data. Fabrication, when I will manipulate the data. Plagiarism, when I will borrow without any kind of the acknowledgement any information, any idea, any philosophy or notion, but I will not recognize and I will not acknowledge who is the propounder of that idea or the innovation or the invention or the thought or the philosophy. That is known as plagiarism. Very much simple definition, well elaborated. Now, redundant publications are those publications which are not required, but the people create such kind of the documents. Now the first word is duplicate. Chetana Bajaj.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
जी.
सर, जब हम एक ही रिसर्च को एक से ज्यादा जगह शायद भेज देते हैं तो आई थिंक दैट इज कॉल्ड डुप्लीकेसी.
ओके. डिपार्टमेंट?
एजुकेशन.
एजुकेशन. ओके. Next one, Bhupendra Singh. Overlapping.
यस सर, ओवरलैपिंग होता है सर अगर हम पहले हमने एक पेपर प्रेजेंट किया है और दोबारा हम अगले साल फिर उसी पेपर उसी आइडिया को दोबारा प्रेजेंट करते हैं या लिखते हैं तो उसमें वो ओवरलैपिंग हो जाती
ओके, डिपार्टमेंट कौन सा आपका?
है। इंग्लिश है सर।
नेम?
भूपेंद्र।
भूपेंद्र, ओके। Next one is anyone who is willing to say on the overlapping? Mamta Rani. Mamta Rani. ओके, नविता जी बोलिए आप। नविता चहल।
Yes, sir.
हम्म,
It refers to the practice of partitioning, basically a large study, जो कि एक सिंगल रिसर्च आर्टिकल में रिपोर्ट हो सकती थी इनटू स्मॉलर पब्लिश्ड आर्टिकल्स में हम उसको सर पब्लिश करते हैं। इट मीन्स कि सर जो ब्रेकिंग अप होती है एक सिंगल रिसर्च पेपर को इनटू देयर लीस्ट पब्लिकेबल यूनिट्स सर, जो कि
okay. It means to say the whole thesis to be alienated in
Yes,
different
sir.
parts,
Yes, sir.
and one of that part is being published by us, that is known as overlapping. यानी 10 पेज के पेपर को हम 2-2 पेज के पेपर्स में डिवाइड करके उसको पब्लिश करवाएं, दैट इज योर ओवरलैपिंग एज यू आर सेइंग, राइट?
Yes, sir.
ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज मीनाक्षी अरोड़ा
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
जी। डिपार्टमेंट? ये नविता जी आपका क्या डिपार्टमेंट था? नविता चहल।
Sir, public administration.
ओके, प्लीज टेल मी। मीनाक्षी।
सर ओवरलैपिंग।
यस।
सर ओवरलैपिंग तब होती है जब सेम रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर को हम इज बीइंग गिवन इन द न्यू पेपर।
ओके, as per your opinion, you are saying when we create same review of literature in different papers or utilize the same review of literature in different papers is known as overlapping.
यस सर।
Okay. Monica, tell me about the salami slicing.
यस सर, मोनिका,
Yes.
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स।
जी।
इस्लामी स्लाइसिंग में सर क्या होता है कि हम एक ही रिसर्च को एक बार जो हमने रिसर्च कर ली उसको स्मॉल पार्ट में एक तरह से स्लाइस में डिवाइड कर देते हैं और फिर उस वर्क को हम पब्लिश करवाते हैं। मतलब अपना डाटा छोटी छोटी यूनिट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया जिसे हम पब्लिश करवा सकें।
Okay. Duplicate when you create the different document, overlap portion of it, and the same you are saying salami slicing.
सर ओवरलैपिंग में सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म होता है, मतलब अपना ही डाटा बार बार हम अलग अलग रिसर्च पेपर में पब्लिश करवा रहे होते हैं एक ही चीज को।
डुप्लीकेट क्या होगा?
और सर डुप्लीकेट में सर आई थिंक डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज में हम अपना पेपर।
ओके, मोनिका पहलू।
नहीं सर, मोनिका, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स।
ओके, नेक्स्ट मोनिका पहलू, टू whom I am willing to ask.
Yes, sir.
जी। देव डिपार्टमेंट?
Sir, Department of Law.
बोलिए।
Sir, Islami slicing is referred to splitting of data. Splitting of data, if you may say, the multiple smaller publishes units divide in a small slices. Sir, this is the Islami slicing.
Okay. Let me clarify the confusion.
सर मे आई?
Yeah, welcome.
सर डुप्लीकेट में क्या होगा जब हम सेम रिसर्च मेथोलॉजी सेम रिसर्च डिजाइन को यूज करेंगे लेकिन बट विद डिफरेंट कंक्लूजन।
Yeah, you are right, absolutely.
देन
Then
ओवरलैपिंग में होगा सेम रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर इज बीइंग गिवन इन द न्यू पेपर।
yeah,
Then salami slicing में होगा when we put the name of our teacher just for the sake of salam namaste means for the sake of happiness and gratitude.
Yeah, with different parts also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Repeat this thing so that everyone can understand what is
Okay,
the exact meaning of duplicate, overlapping, and salami slicing.
ठीक है सर. Duplicate में होगा जब हम सेम रिसर्च मेथोलॉजी सेम रिसर्च डिजाइन को यूज करेंगे लेकिन विद डिफरेंट कंक्लूजन. Then overlapping होगा सेम रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर इज बीइंग गिवन इन द न्यू पेपर जो आप पुराने पेपर में दे चुके हो. Salami slicing when we put the name of our teachers just for the sake of happiness and gratitude.
Along with the portion of the thesis, along with the portion of already published document or going to publish document.
Okay.
Slice, the word is slice.
Slice.
Mean to say piece of the research, right? We utilize the name of the author for the purpose of the gratitude, but in the different portions. Attach this word also, right? Okay. Now, another one is my physics for you. The name of the person.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर. सर मुझे डुप्लीकेशन में एक क्वेरी है. जैसे अभी बताया कि डुप्लीकेशन में मेथोडोलॉजी सेम रखते हैं और कंक्लूजन डिफरेंट हो जाता है, तो मुझे ये पूछना था कि मेथोडोलॉजी उसमें ऑब्जेक्टिव्स भी सेम रखे जाते हैं या ऑब्जेक्टिव्स चेंज हो जाते हैं?
ओके, मीनाक्षी जी जवाब दें आप. If any confusion, then I will clarify.
ओके सर.
ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अलग होंगे क्योंकि हमें कंक्लूजन ही डिफरेंट क्रिएट करना है.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम.
Let me clarify moreover.
हाँ जी सर.
We utilize the research design, same research design. Suppose you have utilized the experimental research design and in the same paper or the another paper you are utilizing the same research design and the same sample size, but the objective is different. Automatically, if the objective is different, conclusion will be different. Clear this thing? That is known as duplication.
हाँ जी सर, clear.
Okay. However, the word is duplicity, not duplication. Duplication is nowhere the word. Duplicity. Sometimes every time we speak, it is the duplicacy. That is duplicity. Duplicate and duplicity. Right? Some of the English department students are here. If any kind of the correction is needed, they can do. English, Pallavi.
Yes, sir, you are right. It's duplicity of data or duplication of data.
Okay. Next one is selective reporting and misrepresentation of data. Narendra Kumar.
Good morning, sir.
जी, department.
कंप्यूटर साइंस डिपार्टमेंट.
कंप्यूटर साइंस. ओके.
जब हम अपने जो रिजल्ट आए हैं एक्सपेरिमेंट में, उसमें अपने रिजल्ट को सारा नहीं दिखाते, सिर्फ वही ही रिपोर्ट रिप्रेजेंट करनी जो फेवर में हो. जो अपने रिपोर्ट फेवर में नहीं है उसे रिप्रेजेंट नहीं करेंगे. अनडिजायरेबल फाइंडिंग और नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन को नहीं डालने के लिए कि सिर्फ पॉजिटिव या तो सिर्फ बायस रिपोर्ट रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे.
Okay. Nancy Jangada, please elaborate both the words.
Good morning, sir.
जी, department.
Sir, selective reporting means if we are performing an experiment and we get some result, but that is not suitable for us. So मतलब हम उस डाटा को हटा के हम सिर्फ वही डाटा सेलेक्ट कर लेते हैं जो हमें चाहिए होता है.
Okay.
That is selective reporting. And
misrepresentation.
Misrepresentation means in a experiment, if we get some result and that is like data is not suitable, means we change the data according to our desire.
Okay.
That leads to misconduct.
Okay.
May I, sir?
Yeah, speak.
So selective reporting is not fully or accurately reported in order to suppress undesirable findings. And misrepresentation of data is when we manipulate data or content, yeah, do biasness in the data. That is called misrepresentation.
Okay. Department, Renu?
Education, sir.
Education. Nancy?
Physics, sir. Department of Physics.
Physics. Okay. Both of you.
May I
Yeah.
speak, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, as far as I understand, selective reporting and misinterpretation of data collectively means that we are not representing all the sides of our research work, research topic. And because we haven't shown all the sides like positive, negative, or maybe every whenever we do some research, there are some points which do favor whatever the conclusion we want to come out, and there are some points which doesn't. So when we omit those points which doesn't favor our research and just select those points which are favoring our conclusion, then the interpretation which comes out of that selective reporting is always wrong. Like for example, in my field, if I'm working on wheat, maybe, and I'm writing it that okay, in my country we have shortage of food, that's why I'm trying to improve the wheat plant, or
Wheat productivity.
wheat productivity. But at the same time, this is also now this, if I write this thing that production will increase, it is very important, I'm supporting my research in a way. But at the same time, it is also true that instead of increasing the productivity, it is also important that we save the food, because already in the world such this much amount of food is produced that everyone can get the food if we do not waste it. So if I doesn't mention it, I don't report this thing, only report that okay, we need this because there is a shortage, then it is a selective reporting. Then ultimate conclusion, ultimate interpretation of my data will be wrong, because of course there are other sides also. I am just reporting it because it is favoring my research, it will help me get the degree faster.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Kamal.
Reporting many that we are taking only those results which are coming in interest of me. And we can say that we are taking only one part of research and the other part is hidden. And in misrepresentation of data, we can say this is a misrepresentation of information, where we ignore the technique. Like sir, you have taken the example when you taught us this, that in the corona time, the news channels are showing that data is the corona, but they are not taking up base from they are only from after that from where it starts doubling. Like they are ignoring the scaling technique. They are only presenting the data.
Okay. Okay. Selective reporting means to say we have to report on the basis of my own judgment, own decision, own biasness. I must not report the whole or the detailed report or the detailed analysis before the readers. I just implement the philosophy of pick and choose. If 10 results are there or the 10 hypotheses are there, I just publish only 5 which have been rejected, which have not been rejected, I ignore them. Misrepresentation of data mean to say we are not giving the exact information to the public, to the reader. However, we are true at our own level, but the representation is being done by me or by us in a different way. As Mr. Kamal given an example that the COVID-19 analysis is being done, okay, it is doubled, the percentage of doubled, but however the basic or the logic is different. That's why that is known as misrepresentation of data. Now, if any query up to this? No. Another point, the publication ethics, the definition you all know. It is simply generally agreed upon when publishing result of the scientific research or the other scholarly work is utilized for the benefit of the society, not to cheat or give any bad message to the society. There are different organizations, they did well on the publication ethics. As you all know, if I ask from Neelam Sharma, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me the COPE. What is that? Who is that? COPE. Department क्या है? Name of the department? Neelam. डिपार्टमेंट का नाम बोलिए. ओके, देन नीरू. नीरू शर्मा. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. पलकी अग्रवाल.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Voice is clear, sir. This is Neelam Sharma.
नीलम शर्मा. Department?
Sir, Department of Education.
Okay, please tell me COPE.
Sir,
Name of the
COPE
body?
is Sir, Committee on Publication Ethics.
Committee on Publication Ethics.
Yes, sir.
In which year that committee was established? Or in which year that committee has given its recommendation?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. Anyone?
1997. 1997.
सर.
Good. जिन लोगों को नहीं पता वो नोट कर लीजिए. 1997. The COP was founded in 1997. Right? नीलम जी.
Yes, sir.
ओके. पलकी जी ये बताइए, ये जो बनाया गया कॉप, नीलम जी आप ही अनम्यूट रखें. क्या उद्देश्य था इसको, क्या क्यों बनाया गया, ये कमेटी क्यों बनाई गई?
सर इसलिए बनाया गया था ताकि एक लीडरशिप थिंकिंग हो और जो भी हमारी रिसर्च की फाइंडिंग्स हैं वो सही हो. ये ना हो कि आप किसी को मैनिपुलेट करो अपने डेटा के साथ. कोप को बनाने का पर्पस यही था कि सब लोग पब्लिकेशन एथिक्स का ध्यान रख के अपने डेटा को या अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करें इन देयर रिसर्च पेपर्स.
ओके. एनीवन who can tell what was the objective? Yeah.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Morning. Suman, बोलिए.
Sir, the mission of COP is to define best practices in the ethics. कि हम अपनी जो एथिक्स है, जो भी रिसर्च करें उसमें एथिक्स को फॉलो करें एंड असिस्ट एडिटर्स को, पब्लिशर एक्सेट्रा, प्रोवाइड एडवाइस टू एडिटर एंड पब्लिशर ऑन एक्सपेक्ट ऑफ पब्लिकेशन में उनको भी मतलब एडवाइस प्रोवाइड करना कि वो एथिक्स को फॉलो करे। को
ओके, डिपार्टमेंट कौन सा बच्चे आपका?
सर कॉमर्स।
सुमन कॉमर्स, पल्की कॉमर्स, नीरू शर्मा। ओके, any one of you from all 42 candidates who can tell what was the basic aspect, the fundamental of the COP?
Sir, may I?
Yeah, any one of you.
सर कोप इसलिए बनाया गया था कि वहाँ पर कोप के फोरम में जो केसेस आते हैं उनको एज अ मॉडल यूज करके अगर ऐसा कोई दोबारा कोई केस आए एथिकल मिसकंडक्ट का तो कोई वे फॉरवर्ड निकाला जाए।
Another one who is willing to speak?
सर ट्रांसपेरेंसी और ऑथेंटिसिटी बनाए रखने।
Sir, I think to develop the good practices in research.
Sir, also to support the publishers and editors because they are the ones who face major problems whenever such ethical issue. तो जैसा दीक्षा ने कहा कि ये सेम रूल्स पुराने से वे फॉरवर्ड लेकर हम लोग ये समझ सकें कि कौन से केस में किस तरीके से डील किया जाना चाहिए।
Okay, Sumitra Dahiya, your department is?
Sir, my department is English.
English. इसके अलावा कोई और बोलना चाहे? कॉप क्यों बनाया गया?
Yes sir,
The
mainly
COP's main mission was to educate the editors and publishers के proper ethics follow हों और वो एक आगे चल के एक अच्छा norm बन सके। Their main mission was to educate those people who are involved in scholarly publications, and they also give platforms. If somebody have some problem, they can put in front of COPE, and they give annual seminars related to these things so that they can educate them in a proper way and ethics become norms.
Okay. Another one.
आपने एक आर्टिकल किया था एक दिन जिसमें आपने किस तरह एक जर्नल में एक रिसर्च पब्लिश हुई थी कैंसर से रिलेटेड लेके उन्होंने लोग क्या करते हैं कि उसमें जो रिसर्च को देखा और उसके बाद उसके अनुसार वो उसका ट्रीटमेंट करने लग गए। तो वो रिसर्च की क्रेडिबिलिटी क्या है, उस साइंटिफिक है या नहीं है, उसकी इंटेग्रिटी क्या है, ये सारी चीजें जो थी, क्योंकि प्लेजरिज्म भी बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा था, तो इन सारी चीजों को रोकने के लिए एक सिस्टम स्ट्रीमलाइन करने के लिए, ताकि जो पब्लिकेशन एथिक्स हैं, क्योंकि इन रिजल्ट्स को बहुत से लोग वाइड पढ़ते हैं और फिर हम अप्लाई करने लग जाते हैं बिना उसकी इंटेग्रिटी जाने, तो इन चीजों पे रोक लगाने के लिए और एजुकेट करने के लिए एडिटर्स को, पब्लिशर्स को और शो जो करते हैं उनको, इसके लिए कोप जो है एक संस्था नॉन प्रॉफिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसको 1997 में इस्टेब्लिश किया गया।
Okay.
Yes sir.
Yes, बोलिए.
Sir,
Then I will clarify.
Sir, the main purpose of COPE is to advise the researchers on research integrity and intellectual honesty.
Okay. नोट कर लीजिए बच्चे, आप सभी के पास बॉल पेन कुछ ना कुछ होगा कि आप लोगों ने जो सुना समझा उसमें और वास्तव में क्या फर्क है। The basic purpose of the COPE was to address breaches of research and publication ethics. Research and publication ethics जो बने हुए थे उनको लोग तोड़ते थे। I am repeating, to address breaches of research and publication ethics. You got my point? When I will ask the question in
Yes, sir.
multiple choice form, then try to summarize it and try to give the peculiar information. Another question from this COP. However, the COP has prepared the guidelines on good publication practices, not publication practices, good publication. It doesn't mean that there was no practice, there was no rule regarding the research and publication. Yes, different editors, publishers have their own rules, own guidelines, but there was no centralized guideline. COP has been established. Why? Because of so many authors, scholars, medical practitioners, they were not bothered about such kind of the ethics. And these unethical practices have a bad impact on the society. That's why the COP was founded. As and when the COP was founded in 1997 to address breach of research and publication ethics, at the same time, different another organizations were also came into existence, came into foray. They have to describe, discuss, elaborate what we have to do. That's why COP was founded. The basic one single line is there to address breaches of RPE. If I ask this question in multiple choice questions, then you must mention it. Now, another question from you all regarding the COP, because it is very much important body, we must have the knowledge about it. It is what kind of the organization?
It's a
Autonomous?
non-organization.
Non-profitable organization, sir.
Okay. It is voluntary body providing a discussion forum and advice for scientific editors. Basically, that COP was meant for medical editors. Other editors were not included. Then other organization, then they joined together. Then they have framed such these guidelines. Right? Another question from you all. The guidelines were prepared. The preliminary version, which was drafted by the COP, who have prepared this version or the draft version? COP की जो गाइडलाइंस आप देखते हैं, ये कमेटी ने बनाई, कमेटी के मेंबर्स ने बनाई, इंडिविजुअल मेंबर ने बनाई, या सभी ने इकट्ठे होकर बनाई?
सर इंडिविजुअल मेंबर्स।
Individually बनाते। Yes.
Yes, these are the preliminary version drafted by individual members of the committee, and then it was submitted to extensive consultation, and then they have finalized it, right? हर एक मेंबर ने अपने अपने हिसाब से अपने अपने दिमाग को प्रयोग करके उनको बनाया और उसके बाद उसको डिस्कस किया, उसके बाद उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करवाने के लिए सबमिट किया गया कंसर्न ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को। ओके, कब बना ये तो मालूम हो गया होगा। कब बना?
Yes, sir.
1997।
आगे कुछ मैं वर्ड्स दिखा रहा हूं आपको, इनको ध्यान से समझ लीजिए और सुन लीजिए। द फर्स्ट कमेटी ऑन पब्लिकेशन एथिक्स, कभी भी आप इसको पब्लिशिंग एथिक्स मत बोलना, क्योंकि मैं आपका जो असाइनमेंट होगा, रिटन एग्जामिनेशन होगा, आई विल आस्क इन फॉर्म ऑफ द एमसीक्यूज। देयरफॉर यू हैव टू बी क्लियर what the exact meaning. Day before, 2 weeks I asked a question, what is the full form of the UGC? To whom I will to ask? Here is question I can ask. Parmila Rana. Unmute this. Parmila Rana. Maybe Promila Rana. Unmute your mic. Okay. Another one is Pooja.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
जी परमिला जी ये बताइए व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ यूजीसी?
यूजीसी मींस यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन।
ओके पूजा जी आप बताइए, पूजा गोथवाल। परमिला जी कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट आपका?
फिजिकल एजुकेशन सर।
फिजिकल एजुकेशन। ओके अनिल कासवान, यूजीसी की फुल फॉर्म बताइए।
यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन।
पूजा जी बता रहे हैं डिपार्टमेंट
इकोनॉमिक्स सर।
पूजा इकोनॉमिक्स। ओके अनिल
यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन।
यूनिवर्सिटी
कमीशन ग्रांट्स कमीशन।
Okay, now you are right. The name of the UGC is, or the full form of the UGC, University Grants Commission, not grant. Grants Commission, right? The commission which provide the grants to all the universities. That's why we should correct the word and we have to utilize that word. Okay, Anil Kaswan, your department is?
Physical education.
Okay, mute your mic, please. No problem. Another one is Directory of Open Access Journals, DOAJ. It is a simple directory through which we can access all the journals. Then OASPA. It is the Publishers Association. Then WAM, World Association of Medical Editors. Basically, the WAM was the reason to find out the COP. Because of these medical editors were not able to understand the ethics, were not willing to adopt or implement the ethics. That's why the committee has been created. Okay, anyway, now come to the next slide. Here is point is misconduct. As I told you, research misconduct, publication misconduct. Different part and parcels of our society are being adversely affected when we are not able to implement. First, जैसे आपको बताया जाता है कि रिसर्च कम्युनिटी को सबसे बड़ा लॉस होता है जब भी हम कोई इंफॉर्मेशन गलत देते हैं सोसाइटी में। उन जर्नल्स के ऊपर या बुक्स के ऊपर जो आपका ट्रस्ट होना चाहिए वो खत्म हो जाता है। कलीग्स हैं, जो कोलैबोरेटर्स हैं, जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आप जिनके साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, जिन इंस्टीट्यूशन की रेपुटेशन आपके साथ जुड़ी हुई है, तो जब भी आप उसमें जाते हैं प्लेजियरिज्म में, तो ये रिसर्च मिसकंडक्ट की वजह से उन इंस्टीट्यूशन की रेपुटेशन भी जीरो हो जाती है। Corruption also flourishes through plagiarism, and it is just wastage of the time, efforts, funds, and also reputation of individual as well as organization. Now another point. The first word is research participants. Purva Thakral. Please tell me who is research participant? You got my
Research participants are the students which are the research scholars.
More than that?
They voluntarily participate, sir. There is no one is
condition.
insisting them, sir.
Okay. Another one is Purva Thakral. Your department is?
Sir, my department is physics.
Okay. Physics.
Yes.
And another one is Premlata.
Good morning, sir.
Ji, department.
Sir, education.
Tell me, who are the research participants?
सर, जो पर्सन रिसर्च कर रहा है किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को लेकर, सर, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेंट. एंड सर, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी के उसकी रिसर्च में जो और इंडिविजुअल्स भी ऐड हैं जिनके ऊपर जैसे वो रिसर्च करना चाहता है, तो दैट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेंट.
Mean to say all research community includes the respondent also? उत्तरदाता
Yes,
जो
sir.
होते हैं वो भी इसमें शामिल होंगे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other who's willing to say? Radhika. Rajesh Sulania.
हाँ जी सर.
जी. Who is research participant?
रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेंट सर जिन रिसर्चर जिनसे डेटा ले रहा हो
सर,
वो
रिसर्च
जो
पार्टिसिपेंट इज अ स्टडी पार्टिसिपेंट जिसपे हम स्टडी करेंगे.
हाँ जी, जिससे डेटा लिया जा रहा हो वो वाले जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं रिसर्च में. जैसे अभी कोरोना का टाइम में जो वैक्सीनेशन का हो रहा था प्रोसेस, तो जिन पे वो टेस्ट कर रहे थे तो वो पार्टिसिपेंट हुए.
ओके. राजेश जी, आपका डिपार्टमेंट?
सर, डिपार्टमेंट कंप्यूटर साइंस.
Computer science. One more person is willing to speak.
Sir, may I?
Yes, Sumitra ji, बोलिए.
Sir, a research participant is also we can call him a human subject or an experiment. A person who voluntarily participate in human subject research. I mean, when someone is collecting data from human subject research, that person provide information for that research.
ओके. पलकी जी ने भेजा कि जो कंसेंट देते हैं उनको हम रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेंट बोलते हैं. एक स्टूडेंट है यहाँ बायोटेक से, दीपिका मलिक. की इसके अलावा कोई है बायोटेक में? दीपिका मलिक.
यस सर.
सुमित्रा जी, म्यूट करना अपना माइक एक बार ताकि डिस्टर्बेंस ना हो. रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेंट का क्वेश्चन है.
यस सर.
आप साइंस स्ट्रीम के हैं इसलिए मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ.
यस सर.
इन्होंने कहा कि जिनसे हम डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं वो आते हैं इसमें.
जी.
दूसरे
सर,
कैंडिडेट ने कहा कि ह्यूमन बीइंग आते हैं इसमें. अब आगे बताइए आप, मैं क्या पूछना चाह रहा हूँ, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड.
Sir, as far as this slide is considered, they are just separating journal public and research participants. Means all the research community, which includes scientists, all the scholars which are conducting the research. Again, but if we take it in broader sense, here it only means the people who are conducting the research. But if we take it in the broader sense, then yes, sometimes research participants on like sometimes we work on humans at that time. They can also affect the research if they don't give us the correct information. So in broader sense we can include them, but here it only means the research community.
Okay. Here is, as Sumitra Dahiya said and Deepika Malik said, that research participants. What I am willing to ask, what I am willing to say here, any kind of the human being or even any kind of the equipment, living, non-living, if we utilize. All are the part and parcel of the research. But the research participants suppose the department of the medical research is willing to do a research on mice or the mouse. They are also the research participant. Because of the misconduct has an adverse effect on those also. They can be affected adversely. Our mice, our dogs, our animals, our birds, if they are being treated by us for the purpose of the research and they are included for the research, then all are known as research participant. It is not restricted up to the human being. Any kind of the animal, any of the animals or any of the human beings are being attached with the research for the purpose of getting some conclusion or to draw the results, that will be known as research participant. Here is, suppose nowadays the bird flu is going on. If we can do an experiment for the vaccination of the birds, then they all are known as what? They will be known as the research participant. Here the point is misconduct, who can affect, what effect can go there. If we are not treating these animals, these birds in a proper manner, it means to say we are not ethically proved person. It means to say we are doing unethical research. हमें ये मालूम है कि एक फ्रॉग यानी मेंढक की चीर फाड़ करना ठीक नहीं है, then we have to avoid it. यदि हम उसको लेकर आते हैं तो उससे क्या होगा? It means to say we are not following the research ethics. That's why all these parts are known as research participants. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To explain it further, I have sent the write-up also related to this ethical
Yeah.
issues related to animals and human
I have
subjects.
only 13 students have set their articles, and I have collected and I have been gone through with these. Who are remaining, they have to send it today itself. Okay. Now, some of the students are willing to speak. We will give the option to them on the next lecture. Today, here is a list of the students from different departments, and 22 students have spoken on different aspects. Name of these students who have spoken: Diksha, Pallavi, Kamal, Harish, Deepika Malik, Aarti Amarjot, Anchal Bansal, Chetna Bajwa, Bhupendra Singh, Navita Chahal, Monica Pehlu, Narendra Kumar, Nancy Jangra, Renu Bala, Neelam Sharma, Palki Agrawal, Suman, Smitra Dahiya, Parmila Rana, Pooja Gothwal, Anil Kaswan, Purva Thakral, Prem Lata, and Rajesh Sublania. These are the students who have participated in this group discussion. Out of these students, we will give the chance in the next lecture of the discussion, which will be conducted on Sunday. The time is same, only the day will change, right? 9 to 10 tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Words, thanks.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Please leave this meet.
Excuse me, sir.